who supply their cane to the various public millers have not been paid after the directive given by the President on the 20th of October, and they were supposed to be paid latest by the 15th of December. So the latest report that we got, of course, Kakamega Governor Wycliffe Oparanya, who co-chairs the task force with the Agriculture CS Mwangi Kiunjuri, made it very clear that they were yet to receive the funds. But also being quoted in some quarters that the list of the farmers that were to be paid was yet to be really streamlined, so that the ghost workers, or so to speak, could not find themselves into the list, which brings the question as to how did people arrive at the 2.6 billion figure in the first place. But that's just but one of the issues that we'll be discussing with the Sugar Union Secretary General, Mr. Francis Wangara, who is with me here, given that the most recent development when it comes to matters sugarcane is that some of the public millers are yet to even pay their workers the December salary. So welcome to KTN News Center, Mr. Wangara, and let's start with the directive that the President gave, that sugarcane farmers be paid the dues, 2.6 billion, and we are hearing a lot of stories. As a stakeholder, why are we where we are right now?
I think what I can state is that we believe that when the President gives orders for anything to happen, those are executive orders. And executive orders are supposed to be executed by the relevant ministry. And for this reason, the Ministry of Agriculture was supposed to execute these orders. The 2.6 billion was arrived at following the reports and requests made by various millers. And that is how they arrived to 2.6 billion. Each miller gave out its figure, and that is how the figure was arrived at. What I want to disagree with is the decision taken by Mr. Oparanya, the governor of Kakamega, that now is putting this issue of payment to the farmers to the task force that he was assigned to do. The issue of payment of farmers is totally different from what Oparanya was assigned to do. Oparanya's task force is supposed to look at the ways and means of reviving the sugar industry. But the payment of farmers was a directive that was supposed to be executed within the shortest time possible. After those orders, the Minister for Agriculture sent in auditors in those companies, various companies, and they came up with a list of the justified farmers for payment. What is surprising now is that after that audit report has been submitted, the list is now out. From the audit reports, now somebody is claiming that they are still cost farmers. It is not right. This is just a language that is aimed to delay payment to the farmers, which we are not accepting. Because if the President has given directive, audit has been done, payment was, even farmers were told they will be paid before the mid of last month, of December. And up to now, no farmer has received anything. So we believe there is some game that is being played to deny the farmers their payment. Farmers rely on that money to take their kids to school, and do other developments, even cane development itself. It is stuck. And that's very unfortunate. That must be done, and be done quickly. And that is what will help the farmers. We represent workers. But when farmers are disillusioned, then we don't have supply of raw material to the factories. And therefore, it is difficult for the employers to pay workers' salaries on time. Even though some areas where millers, some employers are deliberately delaying to pay farmers, I think it has become a game. When they hear the government wants to take over some responsibility, they now relax and just leave everything to the government. It is wrong, because if a miller has taken cane from the farm, he has milled that cane, and he has sold that sugar that he milled from that cane, how does it become difficult to pay the farmer? You can't explain that.
Private millers pay at least within a week or two of the supply of cane to the factories. Yes. Which is a stark opposite of what's going on in the public millers. Yes. Is this something deliberate, or as a stakeholder, why does this happen in public millers?
There are a lot of inefficiencies in the public mills, I believe so. And there has been a story where the public millers are saying that they have sugar that they have sold in advance, what they call committed sugar. And that committed sugar, I believe, is just a language. Somebody must be careful about this, because people seem to now to hide behind the committed sugar to sell sugar through the back door. Because you cannot have committed sugar that will last for you 1 year plus. That does not it's no justification for that. And therefore, there could be a new language that is developed by certain millers just purposely to deny payment to the farmers. If you took money from anybody to call a distributor, committing yourself to supply, then that money would have gone to the farmer. How come this money was taken? The farmer was not paid, the workers have not been paid, the suppliers have not been paid. Where did this money go to?
We are getting reports that some public millers are yet to pay their workers. You'll verify this, given that your office handles quite a number of issues related to sugar industry. And Sony Sugar has been cited as one of the companies that have now started derailing when it comes to matters payment of workers. How true is this information, and why is this happening?
It is true because up to Monday, this Monday, Sony Sugar had not paid workers' salaries. And it's very unfortunate because they are not giving justifiable reason why they are not paying the workers on time. Because they promised to pay workers last week. They did not pay. And up to this week, they have not paid until I have instructed my branch secretary in Sony to issue a strike notice to management to pay salaries, failure to which by Monday next week, workers will not be working. They will not be working until they are paid. That's my stand.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Wangara, for your time. And of course, that now brings us to at the end of this particular interview, Brenda, a number of issues coming up already, apart from the 2.6 billion that the farmers are supposed to receive following the October 20th directive by the President. We are now talking about impending salary arrears now, what was believed to have been a thing of the past, a case in point being Sony Sugar, which is based in Migori County. So those are just some of the issues, and of course Mr. Wangara has been clear enough to tell us what needs to be done moving forward, saying some of these decisions are quite deliberate, and those behind them are probably bent on really realizing what only themselves can understand. That's the much that we have from Kisumu. Back to you in studio, Brenda.
All right, thank you so much, Kevin Ogutu. Always a pleasure talking to you on KTN News Center as you bring us up to date with what's happening in the Nyanza region. Now, to matters international news, where a group of concerned Zimbabweans has started an anti-alcohol and drug campaign targeting communities in which unemployment